Hey guys, I wanted to pop in and share with you a craft room tour. I always find it really interesting and fascinating going through other people's rooms and seeing how they have them set up and basically just be nosy, I think is what I'm doing. And I thought that I would share my room with you, especially since at some point in the near future, everything is going to be packed up and put away and then set up in a totally new space. And then I thought that I would show you a craft room tour at that point as well. So basically, this video is going to be like an old versus new type deal. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you stick around just to kind of see where all the magic happens and how I have things set up in my room. And enjoy. Let me know what you think. Really, everything I use for my scrapbooking, at least, is on this side of the room. I'll slowly pan around my garbage can door. Can you see? There's my finger. Down there. Doesn't stay closed. That's as far open as it likes to go on its own. It annoys the heck out of me. So this is my space. It's very plain and bare right now. There's nothing on the walls anymore because I've slowly been taking things down and packing them away. But the most important stuff is still left up. I'm just panning back now and then we'll go in for a closer look. So starting with my fruit stand. My mother-in-law gave this to me years ago, I think for Christmas, and I really only use it for like my ribbons, the few washi tapes that I have down here, and then the very bottom basket is just random, my heat tool and the sashes for my curtains that I have never ever done anything with. So that's that. Then I have this custom built shelf. My dad built my desk and all the shelving for me for this room, which I absolutely just adore. I do have a little bit of decoration, I guess, left. Just getting in close here. There is an mini album. I didn't make this mini album back here. That was given to me from apparently Close to My Heart convention. I don't know what year that was, but it just needs pictures in it. But I thought it was really pretty and I'm just leaving it up for decoration. This pumpkin and this pumpkin I made myself a couple summers ago for Close to My Heart convention when I was still a Close to My Heart consultant. I was invited to speak at the convention there and I needed to make a bunch of artwork. So that's what I have left from what I made. Here is all my Creative Scrapbooker magazines. I'm keeping the ones that I have been published in. So that's all of these. Actually, I don't think all of these are magazines that I've been published in, but a good chunk of them are. One of these even, I don't know if I can find it. I was the cover girl for. It's got to be newer than that. Maybe not. Maybe it's this one. Here it is. It still excites me to see this on the cover of Canadian Scrapbooker. And that was the winter 2018-2019 issue. I'll put that back later. I also have Close to My Heart catalogs here. None of them are current anymore because I'm no longer a consultant, but I do have them. I keep them because there's a lot of inspiration and ideas in here. So I don't want to get rid of them because if I am ever stumped, I like to think I might actually flip back through these and use an idea from in there. Right in this little spot here are my embossing plates for my Cuttlebug, which is on the floor right there. The next shelf is all of my close to my heart re-inkers, both of these containers here. In the basket is more, sorry, that was quick, more fibers and ribbons and stuff like that. In the back, I have my embossing tools, and there is a container of buttons sitting underneath it. That's my brad setter. This binder here is actually for all of my pads for ink blending. And then this binder has all of my dies and embossing folders in it. And it's quite full, so I don't want to open it right now because all kinds of stuff will come falling out. The very bottom shelf is just random odds and ends. I have my letter writing tools in here, so envelopes, there's stamps in there, there's the address book, some glue for my kids, and a couple notepads. Whatever punches I have left. This is stamp cleaner, and yeah, like there's just random stuff in there, nothing too exciting. Back up on the desk, I have a container here for all of my like wood veneer, sequins, and enamel dots, which my enamel dots collection is quite small, so there's not a lot in there. I have gesso and rubbing alcohol and this paper, and you can't see it, but there is plastic packaging here. That's what I use for my mixed media. I just keep it all off to the side here, including my spray bottle. That's just water that's in it. Next to that is just random odds and ends again. I have some O-rings, a new blade for my Cricut, mini staples for my mini stapler, water brush, embossing pens, and an eraser, and then just, my embossing tools. Just random stuff, all my close to my heart shimmer brushes, and then there's overflow shimmer brushes down here, brand new ones that I haven't opened yet. This little container back here has all of my stamping blocks in it. This bag is from 31. It was actually a gift, which was really sweet of the girl that gave it to me. You can see my guillotine trimmer here. It's a 12 by 12 Fisker's guillotine trimmer. And then I keep this shower caddy turned catch-all caddy on top of it. So it has my whites, it has craft foam, it has my foam squares, and then my liquid glue and my stapler as well. Scissors and random office supplies. There's a pencil sharpener. Those two jars there are for my watercoloring, if and when I do watercoloring. And the mug here has my roller date stamps in it, as well as the remote for my light, which is right here. I bought that from Canadian Tire, and works quite well to add just a little bit more light into my dungeness craft room. Okay, moving up. This shelf here is just my stamps. As I am decluttering and getting ready to move, I totally destashed my stamps and only kept the ones that I am likely to use and have used. I did pretty good. I had, I'm gonna swing over a little bit further, this guy, and 2, 3, 4 small ones full of stamps. And my girlfriend and I decided that we would start sharing rather than selling them. So I gave them all to her. And if and when I decide I need one of the stamps that I had or want them back, I can still get them back. I don't think that's gonna happen, but that's our plan. I also have my what is this thing called? Anyways, I have that. I have my close to my heart stamping pad here too. I do all of my stamping on this, and if I don't, I use the foam pad that is in the stamp sheets to do any of my stamping. I do that because it helps give you a crisp, clear image every time you stamp. It needs a little buffer rather than a hard surface every time you stamp, and I find those work well. In the next cubby here is just a random, again, catch-all for page protectors. There are all sorts of page protectors in here. Now I know they're folded, bent in half, and that is not the way that you should fold them, but I don't always follow the rules. So I've got them stored this way. They fall over anyways. I don't store them flat. I store them standing up. So they fall over anyways. So I put them that way. But there are pocket page memory protectors in here. There are small ones. There are big ones. It runs the gamut. I have some press and seal, which is handy for a lot of things in crafting. Some cards. I also went through all of my cards and just kept a few of them, my absolute favorites. I am not much of a card maker anymore. If you followed me for a while on my YouTube channel, this is my absolute favorite. You'll know that scrapbooking makes my heart pitter patter and not so much the card making. I really got into the card making when I was a close to my heart consultant, because that's what people really seem to gravitate towards rather than my scrapbooking. So I focused on the card making. So that's in there. I have some journaling cards for pocket page scrapbooking. There's quite a collection here. There's a whole bunch there. The very top shelf, all the way up here, these boxes are custom made as well. My dad made those, and it stores all of my cardstock for the most part. I actually need one more because I don't have enough room for all of my cardstock. They are stored in rainbow order, starting with light pink. There's green here, one of my favorite colors. It's like a celery yellow green, love it. Moving into the darker greens, blues, purples, and more purple there. I buy bulk 12 by 12 white cardstock from Close to My Heart, so that's where this is. And that is all my cardstock. And then some. What is this? Oh, vellum. I got vellum there too. Below that is my scrap paper bin. This is bin 1 of 2. So there's this 8.5 by 11. And then next door is a 12 by 12 bin. I love this 12 by 12 bin for my scraps. The 8.5 by 11 is good, but it's not great. It's not big enough for the bigger scraps. So that's why there's this random paper here off to the side. They are pieces that will not fit in the 12 by 12 or in the 8.5 by 11. This is also stored in rainbow order. So I have pink and reds, oranges and browns, white and yellow, green and blue, purple, and then gray and black. On top of this guy, I just have my extra rolls of adhesive from my ATG. I have pictures. Actually, the rest of it is just pictures that will one day get scrapbooked. They are from all over the place. I couldn't even tell you what years they are because it's all of them. These are all my sprays and some acrylic paint, but I think it's dried out. My kids cleaned me out of my acrylic paint, which is actually fine with me because I tend not to use them too much in my crafting. These are branding strips that I have kept that can be used as strips in crafting. So I have a little box full of those. And then this top shelf These two are kits that I made for how to kill a kit with style. I'm actually thinking I'm going to dismantle them again and just put everything back into my stash how I used to have them. This is just an extra magazine holder. My December daily album from this past year, and then these right here are from the year before. Actually, they're from a couple years ago. I need to put them back in another album like this, so they have a place to live at some point, hopefully before we move. I should get on that. If we come back down here, I just tripped on my office chair. This is where I do all of my crafting. Like I said, there is my light, and I try and keep everything in this general area here. My plate that I put all of my little bits on, die cuts, go here. Those are my spray pens, extra die cuts that I ended up not using. And then I have my sewing station, hand sewing station there. It's my ATG. And then if we continue moving on, here's my beloved Cricut. And if we, oops, keep moving, you'll see my computer. This printer that it's sitting on is ancient and no longer works, but it works as a fantastic pedestal. I have a plan for sometime in the future after we get moved to build a box with drawers that come out the front here as a pedestal and extra storage. I'm really excited about it. Eventually I will get on that, but that's the computer. There's some little stuffies. Both of these belong to my kids. I don't know why they're in here, but they didn't want them anymore. So somehow they ended up in my craft room. My little bowl full of Post-it notes. They're just random Post-it notes that need to get used up. So there's lots in there. This rack I use to keep my most current, I would say my newest collections that I have just gotten here. So they are first and foremost at the forefront when I scrapbook, and I pull from these first if I need 12 by 12 papers. So there's everything here from Ali Edwards. Back here is all my 12 by 12 sticker sheets from forever ago till current. And then Cocoa Vanilla is here in the front. This paper here is Clementine. I don't know who it is by. This was actually gifted to me. This one's a kit from Paper Issues, Simple Stories page kit, Simple Stories Happily Ever After, and then Ali Edwards 12 by 12s here. These two binders store all of my embellishments, from chipboard to stickers to alphas to phrase stickers, everything. I just bought these from the Dollarama, and I use your regular 8.5 by 11 page protectors to put everything in, and it works pretty well. No complaints there. Down at the bottom here is a sneak peek of a layout that was just returned to me from Creative Scrapbooker. I guess in the fall issue this year, I'll have another layout coming. I can't remember if there's one or two, at least one for sure. And the box underneath it is actually my splat box. So that's what that is. And then last but not least is the other custom shelf that goes with my whole unit. So up at the top, I have these cute little carousels full of my wood veneer and stickles, as well as some Nouveau drops. Those are all in there. Just some decoration. I got to swing around here. I have tons of these mugs. My kids make them at school as gifts, right, for Mother's Day and Father's Day. And I don't want to get rid of them, but I don't know what to do with them. So they come to my craft room and they hide in a cabinet until I find a usage for them. These two are just out for decoration, because why not? The top shelf stores my new printer, which is an Epson. It's Epson anyways. It's amazing for printing your photos, just printing in general. We bought this a couple of months ago. I can't remember how long exactly, but it's still brand new and I have not changed the ink in it yet. And I've been going hard printing pictures, and now with my traveler's notebooks printing my journaling, it's fantastic. I love it. My Shinhan tri-blend markers are on top of that in this cute little wire basket. Apparently I have 2 boxes of Kleenex. Again, I don't know where the second box came from, but it is here. This magazine holder holds my printer paper. There is some lined paper in there as well, and then my 4x6 photo paper. This box, it's a banker's box turned on its side, has all of my random 12x12 cardstock. Down here is most of my close to my heart cardstock, pattern paper, and there are multiples of these because I would buy the bulk packs of my most favorite paper, and I'm still trying to work through them. The stuff up here at the top is more current mainstream papers from like more current collections. So there's Pink Fresh in here, Photo Play, there's Echo Park, all sorts of stuff. So that's Cartavella even. There's all sorts of stuff here. And then at the bottom, I have all of my 12x12 memory protectors. I went through my albums recently and kind of purged those as well, trying to thin them out a bit. And those are what's left from purging. Isn't that crazy? Lastly, the bottom shelf has 2 more boxes down here. I don't know if there's anything in them. I should look. Oh, yes. One of them, this one right here, has my Cricut cutting mats in them. I am a Cricut Access member, and you can get an awesome deal on your cutting mats as a Cricut Access member. So I got like 50 mats for $100 or 100 mats for $100. I can't remember anymore. Large amount of mats for a crazy awesome price. So that's what that box is. And then this is another box from Creative Scrapbooker. I have 2 boxes going that I alternate when I do send projects in to be published. So I'm not, because where do you get pizza boxes, right? They're not really easy to come by. You can find them, but you have to go search for them. So the 2 that they have sent me, I think I bought one on my own. But anyways, long story short, I have a couple boxes for sending in projects to be published. This little blue box here is full of my mini paper pads. So there's 6x8s in here, and then smaller. All of those live in here, and there are some very old and ancient collections in here, like Jilly Bean Soup, who I have heard is no longer doing the paper thing, and Echo Park, and My Mind's Eye, and there's all sorts of stuff in there. And then this organizer here has just random bits in it. Yes. Nothing too important, just some random stuff. So that is my room. I'm slowly gonna swing you back this way. I hope you enjoyed my little craft room tour. I don't know if it really translates very well in this video, but it's very dark down here. I tend to come down here to play when I have my laundry going. So if you can hear the washer in the background, it's that time of day where I do the laundry. So that's why I'm down here. I hope you saw something in my little tour that inspired you to maybe try a different way of organizing your stuff or storing it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I will be doing another one after we are moved and I have my new room set up, and I will do another video then. Thanks for joining me today, friends, and I will be back again soon with more inspiration for you. Bye.